trying to stop mommy and daddy from fighting.
Well, Geo, that is what it's time to do right now. Lennli and Jake Lyons ready to go, so I will leave you and Bloom to it. Everybody, big matchup. It's going to be good.
Here we go.
I'm excited. I'm very excited about this one because this is going to be a very telling game, I think.
Yeah.
Both in just like the skill of both these players, but also how they've reacted to their games that they've had so far today.
Definitely. Yeah. And we get to start our game one here of the match with moving as it goes. Again, Jake, confident in his moving game. Let's see how he can do here against Lennli.
I'm curious, do you think Lennli's going to be able to throw Jake off with the same strategy he was using before, where you just kind of place in, throw them off, don't give them time to actually get value out of their opportunity to move? Yeah,
I think so. I think Jake has the ability to do the same thing, though, so I don't think it'll throw him off as much as it would like a player like Blinky, because Jake is a strong no-move player as well. But yeah, both players going in here, South Africa. And pretty similar guesses, so nothing too crazy.
Almost equidistant. That's not a huge loss.
No, definitely not. Round two, let's get them straight into it. A cool one. This looks quite interesting. I think we have left drive down the road there. This almost could be South Africa again, possibly. Or maybe it seems a little hilly and everything, so Eswatini would make more sense. Yeah, we have Lennli going in there as well. Makes sense. Yeah, we have got the left drive and the vegetation and everything. It's hillier, but it's more rolling hills. Lesotho would have more tabletop hills, while Eswatini has more like rolling hills with this grass, which is a lot more common.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so both in there. Not a lot of points, small country. But Lennli on top of it with a 5K to start it off. And the confidence on the camera, you love to see that from Lennli. That just is really so indicative of who he is as a person.
Yeah, that's definitely some way to start. I mean, because it's still like the early rounds with the early multipliers, it's still not a huge bombshell onto Jake, but that is a good guess for the beginning for
it's
Lennli.
confidence. It's confidence, and you saw him celebrate. So let's get ourselves into round three. We should be looking at a Malaysia here with the all-white lines, the black and white dashed guardrails and poles, all very common in Malaysia. And then these signs up here are going to have a lot of information, probably 5K.
This is where you hope that Jake is going to shine, right? With his knowledge of place names.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it'll be a good opportunity. You do have the roads there too, which are huge. I mean, I would assume this K10 is probably a much bigger road. Probably find that, and you look along and you try and find the K566 going off of it. Yeah, as we see both players just looking at that one sign, should be everything they need. Can they do it in 60 seconds though? That's the other story. This is where players like Blinky, for instance, 60 seconds is more than enough with this much information with his moving skill, because that's what people like him specialize in.
It's also really interesting to me that Lennli didn't go with just like an immediate lock-in. He's actually also used that information to try and spend some more time as well.
I think he learned from the mistake in that Argentina round earlier today.
Who was actually closer?
Wow. They're like practically the same. Almost the same. Wow. Good guesses, though. They found one of the roads, it seems, but couldn't get the specific one of the actual location. And we go into round 4 here. We have 2.5 times damage, so this is where the multipliers start to really get serious. But an interesting round. This is hard. But they do get to move, so they'll be able to ascertain whatever they can from this. Lennli in. I missed where he zoomed in on, but he is already zoomed in and he's nodding his head. He feels good. But yeah, Brazil makes a lot of sense. The guesses are in and they're about equidistant. Lennli.
This is just going to be the pattern now, isn't it?
I think so.
Basically, wherever you put it, just know that you're actually on the circumference of a circle.
Yeah, and your opponent's on the other side.
Exactly.
Yeah, oh my god.
But you won't know which direction until...
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, well, round 5 here, we're in. Let's send them straight in to what should be a Malaysia round here. So this car in front of us has a Malaysia license plate. The players both, of course, look directly to the signs. But Malaysia license plates, interesting fact, you see one right there on Lennli's screen. Black long plates with 2 white sections of text. Indonesia's are black and long as well, but have 3 white sections of text. Fun little indicator to help you differentiate those two.
California has black license plates, but with yellow tags.
This is true.
And it's not
This is
everyone who
true.
has them, because
This
a lot of
is
them are
true
white
as
and
well.
green as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
look at you.
They definitely don't look like that, though. So, and no one in California drives a car that small.
That's true. Both close again. This is a close one. Oh, but Jake a little bit, you know, he's lower in health, about 500 lower.
This is
but
like, you know, they're just chipping away at it.
yeah, let's get them straight into round 6 here. In what straight off the bat looks like a UK. This might be your
this
home.
looks. Well, I don't live there, but this does look like
this
the
isn't
UK
your house?
to me.
I thought this
no,
was your house.
it's not my.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be kind of cool to
That
just
would
like
be
be put in
cool.
straight on your house? But then if on a broadcast you got to be like, oh wait, I don't want to dox myself.
Oh yeah. I don't live there.
This is definitely the UK. The fact that it's Pebble Dash as well suggests to me that it could be further north. Now, you do get Pebble Dash further south, but I feel like you see it a lot in the north.
The north, interesting. Yeah, let's see if these players can find any specific information or any indicators.
Oh, that is not an English sign.
Oh, is it Ireland?
It
Oh,
very
so
much
it might
could
be, but I think Lennli guessed. Oh no, they did both guess Ireland.
Yeah.
Okay, they're good. They're locked in.
They do, like, as an environment thing, very similar looking countries.
Yeah, they are. Maybe I should have looked around a little bit more. But Lennli keeping his lead, but a very, very close game still, regardless. Round 7 now, we're already at 4 times damage, and both competitors over 5,000 health. That is big. Let's start them up on this round. By the looks of it, we should be in Uganda.
There was a sign.
There is a sign here. Let's
It
see.
says, don't litter.
Don't litter, guys.
And animals have the right of way.
That's actually beautiful. Good to put that on the sign.
And it's all in kilometers as well. They use kilometers in Uganda?
I guess
they do. They probably use kilometers everywhere that's not the US and
That's
UK.
not Yeah. Well, they're both getting it. Oh.
Just over in
Oh, it was
Kenya.
Kenya.
Ooh.
Whoops.
I mean, he like switched over like last second.
Yeah.
Original guess was in Uganda.
All right, let's get into round 8. Let's get them started. Yeah, why did I say Uganda? Oh, because it was a Kenya park. That makes sense. Anyways, we're on to round 8. Again, still pretty close. Jake didn't take too much damage there, but now we're looking at 4.5 times damage. That's going to be pretty serious. Here, I think we might be looking at a Croatia, something along those lines. But we will see. It seems Lennli made a guess. I did miss where he guessed, but Jake is in Croatia as well. So let's see what they got. Lennli closer again. Keeping the lead, and with the 4.5 times, that's 1,000 points. So we are heading into round 9 here. Nobody has lost yet, but 5 times damage. Anything can happen. Let's see what happens. Remember, if we make it to round 10 and nobody is dead at the end of it, it is the one with the most health who takes the win. We'll see if we get there.
You're seeing this side, both of them are zoomed in on the exact same sign.
Yeah. They're all going to be looking for specific things.
Oh.
So,
it's not in the most legible font, I'm not going to lie.
yeah, there's not a lot. It seems like they did get the correct island, both of them, based off of another sign that they're looking at there. We'll see who gets closer, though. Lennli, so close, 6.9 kilometers away. That feels great going into round 10 here. Let's get them started straight away. Whatever happens here is the game.
Well, I see an EU flag. Straight up.
Yes. So let's see what information they can find from this. Seems European. We do have some flags and things there that I think they saw, but they have made it into some new areas. Lennli locking in Lithuania. With it, yep, we have a Riga on the sign. So with it being Lithuania and the I don't know. I think Lennli takes the win here no matter what, considering the points, even though he's in Lith, but oh no, but with the multiplier being that high, it actually could be but Jake, he stays with enough health, even with the blunder from Lennli in the wrong country. He still has the more health
That's
at
so
the
gut-wrenching.
end of round 10. He'll take that. You see that little shake of the head. An interesting way to win. He takes it though. The multiplier was not enough for Jake to deal enough damage there.
Listen, if the last game that we were in has told us anything, is that Jake losing moving isn't the end of the world. Maybe this is where he changes his speciality. But to add to that, you know, Lennli is very much known for the not moving. So
yeah,
this is actually probably going to be quite scary from that perspective. This could end up being the first 2-0 that we have in the group.
It could be.
Or at least that we have seen on the broadcast in the group.
It could be. I will say, it's hard to pick a favorite here for no move. They are both great at no move. Jake seems calm. He looks like he's collecting himself. So I believe. I think both. I truly don't think I could pick a clear winner on no move here. So we'll see. Let's get straight into the no move game. No waiting around. Here we are in what looks to be a United States round.
Yeah.
Maybe Florida. Let's get them straight in and see what happens. If there are any signs or anything here, that might help Jake, but...
Very, like, Florida has shorter palms, these short, fat palm trees.
Yeah. Definitely good. I wonder if there's any information they can get without moving around here that is helpful enough to get a city or anything along those lines, or whether or not they'll just be making... sort of guesses in the dark. We'll see what they can find. Looks like Lennli has just gone in at Orlando.
I mean, you've got a lake next door. There's a lot of lakes around there.
Yeah. Oh, and Jake.
Oh.
What an incredible guess from
Wow.
Jake to start the game. That is such a good way for him to go round one. Really good for his mental and everything. He's going to be happy about that going into round two. Getting straight into it, we do see this pole here on our right, which is a Taiwanese pole. Taiwan has these poles that are yellow and black diagonally striped at the bottom of the pole. Goes all the way to the bottom. Places like South Korea and Japan have similar-ish poles. Japan's are not this diagonal like that. They're straight horizontal. South Korea's are diagonal, but they don't go all the way to the bottom of the pole. Some helpful little tips to differentiate between those three countries if you think you are in Asia. But, you know, a lot of Taiwan can look relatively similar-ish. You have like flat next to mountains is a pretty typical look. So, we'll see. We shouldn't, because there's this amount of flat land, we shouldn't be like center of the country, because that's mainly mountainous, but...
Jake's changed his guess a couple times. I mean, even Lennli's kind of moving his around, but they're in very different parts of the country.
Yeah, understandably so. It can look a lot can look very similar. So there it is. Jake getting a couple points and keeping his flawless health. Round 3 here, we'll get them straight in as well. By looks of it, we have left-hand drive. We have a yellow center line, white outers. Seems pretty indicative of Thailand straight away, as well as these poles that seem sort of boxy with the holes in them. You see Jake looking at one right now. Looks to be a Thailand pole. So again, as mentioned earlier, Thailand can be a pretty hard country to region guess, as it's big and it can look relatively similar. However, Peninsular Thai, where they're guessing right now, is the most distinct, I would say. So it seems they both recognized it. They're getting it. Jake a little closer again, just chipping away.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's that similar story, right? Where he's just going to be feeling a little bit better. It was a little bit rough towards the end, especially the way that he lost the moving.
Yeah.
So.
But he's going in with confidence. It is a similar story. Let's get them in round 4 here in what looks to be
on his continent again, right?
U.S. or Canada.
I think the green sign is a very U.S. thing, right? The green street signs.
Yes, green can be both, but we'll see. It's hard to tell. There's not too much that can be. I'm not seeing too many indicators of which. Maybe the trash cans. We'll see where they're looking. They look like they both found similar information, though.
Yeah, even I'm looking on our screen to see if I could tell what was on there.
Oh, it's up there in Idaho, by the looks of it. But both players guessed pretty similarly in southern Idaho. But Jake is keeping a very decent lead here. He's going to be very happy about that. I mean, Lennli at 3,800 points. Really not horrible, but going into round 5, he's going to want to make a bit of a comeback here. 3 times damage. This is an opportunity to do that. Let's get them into the game. So, straight off the bat, by the looks of it,
tower thing.
Yeah, it looks like we should be in the Baltics here. If I had to make a guess right now, I would say maybe Lithuania. Difficult though. The Baltics can be hard to differentiate sometimes. There are some different indicators with certain pole tops and things of that nature. And general vibes can be different slightly in the different countries, but we'll see. Oh, Lennli just made a little motion to the camera. I don't know exactly what that meant, but
oh, I missed it.
Oh, they're going Russia, which also makes sense. Russia can have a very similar look to the Baltics and the same poles as the Baltics. My brain went to the Baltics there based off what we were looking at, but Russia does make sense now that I'm seeing them do it, of course.
We've got that famous Jake nervous face.
Yeah, the Jake, the classic Jake, hand over the mouth. And with the time dwindling down, oh, it is border the Baltics, probably why I was thinking that, but Lennli, wow, that is so many points and such a big comeback all at once.
Yeah, that's extremely close. And for Jake, who was doing so well throughout this game so far, the actual no moving part, now suddenly there's so much pressure on him because of how much health he's lost just from that.
Yeah, the tables have completely turned as we go into round 6. Now we're looking at 3.5 times damage. So let's see how this one plays out on what looks to be a slightly difficult round. But thoughts straight off the bat in terms of what I'm looking at are like maybe in Albania, something like that. A hard round though.
You gotta look for the, was it goats? They have like sheep or goats or something that like live on the mountains there?
Yeah.
That's a thing, right?
Yes. Oh, Montenegro makes sense as well. The neighboring country. Similar vibes in the two, but does seem like it's Montenegro. Both players going there. That's not going to be a lot of points. But Jake a little bit closer. Going to be happy to not take any more damage with that guess.
All right, fairly safe round. I want something really spicy. Oh no, I feel like that's mean. I feel like that's mean because you know it's going to ruin someone's day.
This is true. This is true. We want it close. We want them to.
But also spicy's great.
Well, spicy will always be great, of course. Let's get them into round 7 here. 4 times damage in what seems to possibly be Indonesia, which will be quite a lot of points. With 4 times damage here in a country like this is not exactly what Jake was probably hoping for. However, if he does get the better guess, it's probably the game. So that could be good for him. He looks focused, he looks locked in, and they're on top of each other.
Oh, wow.
They must have the sign. They saw the sign. Their guesses are literally next to each other. So this shouldn't be any. They're on top. Oh, look at that. Gosh. Look at them. Look at Lennli moving around. Oh, and he gets slightly closer.
Oh, no. Jake is just further away.
It's okay, though. That shouldn't be many points at all.
It's enough for it to hurt.
It is. It's enough to hurt the mental a little bit and to just take you down a little lower. Those 100 points could make the difference later on. Round 8 here, 4.5 times damage. Things are getting quite serious. This will matter a lot for Jake. Let's get them straight in, get them started. On difficult round, I mean, it's...
Definitely in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, we have a... Difficult. I mean, it's Europe. It's probably like Central Europe by the looks of it. But we'll see. Lennli looks confused, shaking his head. It's a hard one. Some of these Central European or like Eastern Europe or things like that can be difficult. I think it's like...
A lot of the architectural styles are very similar.
Yeah, Turkey makes a lot of sense. He's going there. Jake hasn't picked something yet. But Lennli looks a little confused too.
Like the sense of disgust on his face. He's like, what is this?
Yeah, there's really not a lot to go off here. But Turkey makes sense. He's going to Istanbul, which is understandable. I wonder if I missed a particular sign they're looking at that house. Probably would have helped. Let's see, 5 seconds left. They are both in Turkey, both in Istanbul by the looks of it. So Yeah, that is it. They literally are on top of each other. And so they're both 37 kilometers away, and that's only 5 points.
This is the point, like, you know, we get to these 4.5 times, 5 times rounds, and you're like, oh, this is where someone's going to get knocked out. And these seem to be, like, the closer ones where it's just been so close.
Yeah, well, it's just so cool to see these players guess so similarly. But let's get them into this round 9. We have some Cambodian language here on these signs by the looks of it. So, should be Cambodia, should be fairly simple. A small country, so I don't think we should see too much of a point differential coming out here. They are both guessing the capital as well, which makes a lot of sense.
How close are they?
Almost on top of each other again. So we might be looking at the same situation where Lennli goes into round 10
they
with
went
more
even
health.
closer.
And Lennli's just on top of it. Look at him go.
But it's still just, even though it's like right on top of Lennli, like because Jake was a couple streets away, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, but we do end it on Thailand, which is, again, massive country. This could be a chance for either of them, truthfully.
I mean, this would be wild. If one of them knocks the other out here, would be insane, because obviously once we get to the 10th round, if no one's out, then you just go with whoever has the highest health, which currently is Lennli. So Jake is looking for a huge guess here.
Definitely.
It's his only option.
So what we're looking at here on the side of the road were these Thailand bollards, a big indicator right away. You can see them on their screens right now. These short black and white little bollards there. And then we have the Thailand poles that I talked about earlier and the yellow center line. All very indicative of Thailand left drive as well. So with 30 seconds left, the players are trying to line something up, trying to look for something that could get them the best score possible. Lennli committing to the peninsula. Jake hasn't committed anywhere yet. Lennli locks in the guess. So this is it. Where will Jake guess? Jake was looking close. No, he's going far. He's going to go far away. This will be it.
Oh my god.
Oh my, they're guessing very differently from each other, so this is it, Lennli. Closer and securing the win with that guess. That is it. He takes it 2-0.
Wow. And that there were so many times in that game where it was so close, and going into this second part of the game in the no moving, like Jake looked like he was absolutely fine, like through so much of it, and then he was losing so few points. It's one of those things where had we had like an extra 5 rounds, like you never know how that could have gone, you know?
Yeah, it really could have gone either way. Let's say we don't get to Thailand there at the end. What happens, you know? It really came down to just that country and them doing their best to guess on one of the hardest countries to guess in GeoGuessr.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Jake gave it everything he could, but it's Lennli that came out on top, and we're going to get him onto what he's walking behind me right now. Lennli, where you going, brother? We need you on the sofa. This way. We're getting you over here.
Join us.
Look at him. He's going
Join
crazy.
us, my friend.
He's going crazy around the back. Lennli, sit down.
He's like really good at finding his way in GeoGuessr, but he can't find his way to the broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody give a round of applause to Lennli. Welcome to you, sir. Congratulations on another victory. What are your thoughts coming out of that game you just had against Jake?
First of all, I want to say I got told to follow a person, so I followed the person.
Whatever, man. You're just just crazy old Lennli from Germany.
Exactly. I'm not finding my way around the studio, apparently. Fair enough. I honestly would have never expected to do this well. Like, it's crazy. I would have never expected to win against Harmless, take a game against Blinky, and then just 2 moving victories against 2 moving players.
Yeah.
That is absolutely not what I expected.
You weren't even supposed to be here.
That is true.
And here you are, killing it.
Yeah, can we talk a bit more about that? How did that come about? So Polly couldn't make it. Who contacted you? What was going through your head at the time?
Yeah, the thing was Polly dropped out, basically. So for everybody who doesn't know, I got second in the qualifiers against Polly from the USA. And so he was invited to the World Cup, but like 1 day before the deadline, he decided to drop out, which was very unfortunate. And because it was so late, like I was the one who took his spot, and I was incredibly happy about it, about the opportunity. And I didn't think I was more worthy of it than the other finalists of the qualifiers, but I was like, now that I got this opportunity, I'm gonna grind and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna prove my worth that that I'm
deserve to be here.
Yeah, that I deserve to be here, and I think I've done so far. Yeah,
you absolutely have. Like I imagine that you've sort of exceeded your expectations of performance so far.
Yeah, I have. I practiced a lot of moving duels against other players, like in other World Cup participants, and in the last few days leading up to the World Cup, I lost basically all of them. So moving is like in my group a big deal because most of the players are very good at moving games. So that's what I practiced, and it didn't really work out that well. So my confidence wasn't actually that high going in here, but I think that actually helped me since my nerves were like, yeah, they were calm. Like I was easy about going here and just playing how I like to play, and it worked out. I actually I expected to do more instant guessing, like I did against Blinky, but instead I focused on actually finding info, and I learned all the stuff. Like, I know enough stuff. I'm just usually pretty bad at finding the info. So, yeah, like against Jake, I think he probably thought he had me on Indonesia when there was the Kabupaten in Pringsewu, but yeah, I did learn all of it.
Geo and Bloom, anything that you'd like to ask Lennli?
I have more of a comment. I just want to say how much I love what you do for the camera. You're playing and,
every time
and
it's like
dance and
yeah.
I'm not even going to lie, Bloom, you've stolen my question. I was expecting you guys to say something else and then it was going to come back to me. But yeah, going on from what Bloom just asked you, Lennli, have you been on camera before or anything like that? Because it seems that you love the spotlight and you're very comfortable, which is not usually the case for many people the first time that they step on camera.
I mean, yeah, I am very comfortable with that. I don't really have much experience with it, but I do really like it. I mean, I don't know. I want to give a big shout out to all the guys watching at home in Germany, like my university guys. They have a watch party for me right now.
Oh,
the people at my workplace actually stopped work to watch the stream.
Oh, yeah?
So big shout out to them. Also everybody from the Bastik AG German commentary stream. Everybody watching right now, this is for you guys. And yeah, my family is watching as well. I think, yeah, everybody is probably very happy to see that, and yeah, I'm very excited to be here. And do so well.
Doing an awesome job in game and out. Anything else, guys, or is that it for now?
It's good. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you guys.
The whole thing, like, it's just been really cool to see it unfold. You had no expectation. Even last night, you were like, I'm not really like expecting much, and you've gone so much further. So I kind of just like don't necessarily have anything big to say until we've seen just how far you can go, you know?
Honestly, I'm excited to see where it leads me.
Yeah. Well, Lennli, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the win that you just took over Jake. Everybody at home.